In this video, you're gonna get a guide to selecting the right microphone capsule for your worship vocalist. Maybe you've been browsing Sweetwater and you're looking at all the capsules they offer on their website and the different wireless systems that come with different capsules, and it's very overwhelming knowing which one is the best for your ministry. The KSMs, the SM58, the betas, condenser versus dynamic, cardioid, supercardioid, which one should we use? I assure you that if you invest your time into this brief video and you hear from Paul, one of the reps at Shure, this is gonna demystify this topic for you and make sure you invest into the right capsules for your ministry.
So we have so many different options. If you've got SLXD, QLX, ULXD, something like that, that has interchangeable capsules, then we have a lot of different capsules that you can swap out. So maybe you bought a system that just has an SM58, which is our standard dynamic vocal microphone. It's been used for 50 plus years, so it's a very good go-to microphone for that. But we want to give people the options to try out different things. From the SM58, we have the Beta 58, which is very similar to it, but it is a supercardioid microphone versus a regular cardioid microphone, so it has a much tighter pattern on it, so it's a little less forgiving. So if a vocalist tends to get off mic a little bit, it's not going to pick them up as much if they get off. So it is for that consistent person. So it just provides a little tighter coverage for that, so it'll pick up less stage noise. And it has a little bit more high frequency boost for that vocal to give it a little bit more presence on that. So if you've got somebody who's, maybe an alto or Barry or something like that, and you need that little bit of extra presence boost, or maybe just, for your alto or soprano and you just want to give them that lift, then the Beta 58 would give that to you over the SM58. Another popular one is the Beta 87A. This is a condenser microphone, whereas the other one's dynamic, so it's a little bit more sensitive. It's going to pick up those better transients from the vocalist. It is also a supercardioid, so it does have that tight pattern on it to pick up less stage noise, but it is a condenser, so it's going to be a little bit more sensitive. And it also has that nice presence boost in it specifically for vocals. So if your dynamic's okay, but we want a little bit more articulation in our vocalist, then the Beta 87 is a very common one that most people go to. In our KSM, we have the KSM 8, which is a dynamic microphone as well, but it's a dual diaphragm dynamic microphone. So what makes this one separate from, say, the SM58 or the Beta 58 is that it's a dual diaphragm dynamic. So when you get up on the microphone close, it doesn't have that low-end proximity effect buildup that most cardioid microphones have. So whenever you get really up close to the microphone, it gets really boomy sounding. Sometimes the audio engineer has to roll that off to provide a little bit more clarity in the system. So the KSM8 does that naturally, so you're not having to do that in the board. So it gives you a much more even sound when you come off the microphone or get close to it. You'll still obviously get louder or quieter as you move off the microphone, but the sound stays consistent regardless of where you are. Then we have the KSM 9, which is was, up until this year, was our top tier condenser vocal microphone. This one actually has a switchable pattern. So if you screw the grill off of it, you can switch the microphone. It's got a little switch on the inside here. You can switch it from cardioid to supercardioid. But there's two different models. So there's the KSM 9 and there's the KSM 9 HS. So the HS is actually a really wide cardioid. So you can really get off that microphone and move it around a little bit. It's going to pick up regardless of the person using it. Or you can switch it into that hypercardioid to use. Both of the KSM 9s have switchable patterns. One's cardioid, and then the other one is wide cardioid. But then our newest one that we have is the KSM 11. So this is now over the KSM9. And why is it better? Because it goes to 11. I'm kidding. The KSM11 is a completely different capsule from some of the others, as you can see. The great thing about this microphone is that it has a very flat frequency response, but it is excellent on vocals. It was designed as a premium vocal condenser microphone, so it's got a very smooth sound to it. The other great thing about it is how it was designed has very little handling noise. So if you have a vocalist who fidgets with the microphone, maybe there's a lot of clapping maybe that happens, this microphone has very little of that handling noise, so it's not going to translate through the microphone as much as it does with some of the other handheld microphones.
So it's almost like, how crazy of a worship leader are you dealing with, right? Right? Maybe if they're super crazy, the 11 would be a great fit. But no, to be serious, I actually really think some of these, I mean, obviously that's why you designed the mics, but even like the KSM 8, that was something that I'd be really interested in for myself. And a lot of the applications I'm mixing for is like, I often feel like I'm having to use a dynamic EQ or a multi-band compressor or something to like push down that muddiness, especially when they're getting into it. And that's cool that if you can solve that problem at the mic without having to do so much processing, that's a huge plus.
Most of our wireless microphones, when you order them, they're going to come with SM58, Beta 58, Beta 87. Some of the higher end model wireless like ULXD and Axient Digital, you can order them with the KSM 8 or the KSM 9 capsule. The KSM 11 just came out, so it's only available as a wireless capsule right now. Eventually, we'll then pair it with handheld options, probably the ULXD and Axient Digital as well. But you can always upgrade, because like I said, they're interchangeable, so regardless of what you purchase, maybe you order the SM58s because they're less, money, and then later on you decide, hey, we want to move to a condenser, so let's get the Beta 87 or the KSM 9 or the KSM 11. So you can always go back and swap those capsules out at any time. So this, for example, is a KSM 11 capsule. Now, like I just said, the KSM 11 capsule is only available in a wireless capsule, but we make the Shure VPH, which will convert any wireless capsule or Shure compatible wireless capsule into a wired microphone. So say, for example, you swap out, you upgrade microphones, you have extra capsules laying around, and hey, we need some wired vocal mics. Well, then you get the VPH, you grab those extra capsules that you have, and you put them on here, and now you have a wired version of that. So it makes use of those. If you happen to have extra wireless capsules, then you can use them as opposed to just keeping them in a drawer and waiting for them to be a backup or something.
Check out the links below this video for these products on Sweetwater. Those are our affiliate links, so if you do purchase with those links, that does help out the channel, and I greatly appreciate that. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.